Alright, what is up everyone? It's your Code King Zaf here, back with an updated Battlefield time guide for Beste. We are going to show her who's boss, but I do want to cover two builds in this video, a wind build and a dark build. That way you can pick and choose which one you want to run. They are both very viable, they both can work, and this one here is using silver main, so if you haven't advanced up, you can use this build. This one's actually my favorite. We got top 10 in the global tournament so far using this build, and let me show you here, let me jump in game. You can see in the World Championship, we jump into Beste, we got top 10 somehow running this build. I only tried it once or twice, and it's honestly very strong, so make sure you run it, if of course you have these units, but don't worry, I will run a win team as well. So let's jump into the build, and I'll show you the battle as well. So as you can see here in the Battlefield time, actually hold on, we have to go back and claim our awards here, perfect. First place on the last one. So let's go back here and I'll show you exactly what I ran. So silver main, we have Isla, we have Libor as well, using all the respective weapons, very important. When it comes to our shadows, honestly for hunter modes, this is pretty much the main shadow lineup we will be using for basically every single mode when we do have an attack unit on our team. So we're using Biru for the 5% attack bonus and the 5% crit damage bonus. We have Iron for the defense reduction and Serbi for the 5% infinite damage bonus. Pretty nice overall. And when it comes to Biru, of course, we do get a 5% damage increase as well, the punishment bonus. So overall, the best lineup we can run. If you're missing one of these shadows, you can, let's say, replace Biru for Igris. That does work. You can replace Serbi for, let's say, Igris as well, or Kaisel, depending on what you have. So do take note of that. And if we go to the build, it is a fairly simple build with the exception of Silvermane. We are running the Executioner set on him, not Obsidian, because Silvermane always has under 70% HP, which does proc the set here. It is the exact same as the Obsidian set, where it does provide us a 60% damage increase, just like this set here. You can see 60% damage increase. The only difference is this one relies on your mana, but this one relies on the HP condition, which is so easy to hit on Silvermane, which is why we run it. And when it comes to toughness, the only reason why I run it is because getting crits in Battlefield time is so hard, and getting crit damage in is vital. And honestly, with Silvermane, if you look at his passives, he really doesn't have too much built-in crit, if honestly any crit. It is very, very, very minimal. As you go down, you can see not too much crit at all. So that's why it's a good idea to run crit on him. So the toughness set does work. We do want a lot of crit, especially because Silvermane has so many attack lines. It does help out. So those are sets on him. For Libra, we are running the Guardian set to ensure we get the shield proxy 10% damage bonus and Obsidian. That way we do have some damage with her. We do need Libora for the first phase and the second phase to ensure we clear it fast. And then right here we do have the Noble Sacrifice set on Isla and the Aquamarine set. These sets are perfect for providing attack to Silvermane again. Silvermane does lack a bit of attack increase to his kit overall, so these are perfect for him. And when it comes to the skills, make sure if you want maximum damage on Silvermane to max out his basic attack and his core attack skills. He is kind of backwards. We don't ulti, we don't use his first two basic skills much at all for damage, so that's why his basic attack and his core attack are vital. When it comes to Libora, her two basic skills are pretty much all we need, and Nyla, same thing, her basic skills, that's all. We don't need anything else on those two hunters. But for Silvermane, the basic attack and core attack is vital, and when it comes to vitality cores, there's really not too much here. There's only really two cores that matter. This one here for Silvermane, and this one here for Libora. Those are the only two cores that matter in this build, so do take note of that, nothing too major there. But now with that covered, let me show you the win team. So for the win team, it is a bit different. We do swap out Isla for Handsome, if I can find her, boom, Handsome. We do swap out our Silvermane for Mireille, if I can find her as well, boom, Mireille. So this is the team. It does work out pretty darn well. We do have this Silph Blessing on Handsome because we use her QT, Noble Sacrifice as well for more attack coming in. The Guardian set on Libora. The only reason why you don't put the Guardian set on Handsome is because if you do, the Noble Sacrifice set has to come on Libora, which will nerf her damage. This does reduce the wearer's attack, so do take note of that. And in the Obsidian set as well to ensure we get maximum damage coming in. And for Mireille, this is the set I'm running on her. I might change this later on. I might do an updated win guide, but for now we're running the Toughness set and the Obsidian set. This does work out fine. You can run the Curse set too, and you can run the Verdescent set. So this set right here, if you're having mana issues, this one all the way down here, if I can find, there we go. Concentration of Firepower, the Verdescent set. This one works out just fine, so do take note. You do get a cooldown reduction, which does help out her damage overall, and a damage increase too, so not too bad with minimal conditions, so it does work out just fine. And again, everything was a standard, your shadows are the same. When it comes to skill levels, you do want to level up your Mirai basic skills, very important. And just like I mentioned earlier, for Libra, her basic skills too. So those are the main skills you want to level here. And obviously when it comes to their weapons, you want to run their main weapons, just like our Team A, which does give them the best damage. And for cores, we have these cores here. When it comes to hand slamming, not important. When it comes to Libra, again, this is the only one that matters. But when it comes to Mirai, you can run every single core here. This one is very good for providing shields, which can boost our damage based on the Guardian set. It does proc the 10% bonus, so this is the one we run, because Mirai's ultimate does come up very often. And this one here as well, a 20% crit damage increase, because Mirai's ultimate, again, always coming up, very useful. And then what do we have? This one too. This one reduces our mana consumption, which is obviously ideal. You don't want to go under the 40% mana threshold when running Mirai with the Obsidian set. And yeah, that's it for the builds. Let me show you the runs, that way you can understand what to do, and you do obviously achieve a very good time. But very quick everyone, if you want a bunch of free codes sent directly to you, make sure you go to the link down below, and then you press this button here. It is 100% free to support. You press this, press yes, and you're done. That is all you have to do to support after linking your account, of course. Then once you support us, you do wait 24 hours, then you go to the top right here, the My Page button, again after waiting, then this page comes up, then you start scrolling down, my name comes up right here, then you keep going down, under receive benefits, all the unique codes we send to you, these are unique to your account, so do not share it, it can only be used once per account, that's why I send it to you, and that's what you support. Right now we have Essence Stones, Mana Power Extracts, more Essence Stones, and other rewards you do not want to miss out on, so make sure you support that way. You can get all those free benefits. Again, the link is down below. And a huge shout out to Danny Boy from the first comment to our last video. Here is your shout and enjoy that juicy exclusive Discord role. Alright, let's jump in and give you the full rundown when it comes to the battle. There are very important tips I do want to provide. First off, the moment you spawn in with Isla, make sure to spam your basic attacks, that way your core attack does come up. You do have to have your core attack up for the later phase, so watch this. The second it comes up, we're done. We dash forward, dash, and then use our E. That way you do get a bonus buff here, a 5% buff, the tower bonus. Then you swap into Libra manually by pressing whatever button she's assigned to. The moment she spawns in, use your Q and then your E, or use your E first, it's up to you. I use the E first just because it's just a little bit faster, but it's up to you. Use her E, then use her Q twice, then manually swap into Silvermane and activate his E. This skill right over here, activated and done. Then you want to go to the mobs right over here and auto attack them, boom, 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 basic attacks. No skills are being used, just E initially. And you want to walk forward again, use his basic attacks, and cleared. Very simple. He does a ton of damage if, of course, you have him messed up. And here we go. The mob spawn here. You can preemptively attack, but I use Libra's E very quickly here. That way the mobs were cleared much faster. So watch this. We attack here. All the mobs are almost hit. And boom. We got 17 seconds, which is pretty nice. My best time here was 16 seconds. So do take note. You can do it much faster. But now we want to spawn into the next phase. When it comes to the boss, Beste is honestly a terribly tanky boss. So the moment you spawn in, you want to dash. And what you want to do next is once you dash 3 times, use Silvermane's Q. It dashes you forward, you get some damage in, and then use your QT for Libora, and use your shadows as well, all at the same time. Boom, you can see here, Q, QT, and then Libora with our shadows. Boom, boom, boom. We get the charm effect applied here, and all the shadow debuffs come as well. Then you want to use all of Libora's basic skills, her Q twice, then her E, and as her E is in the casting animation, you want to manually swap into Isla. Watch this. When we use her E, this skill here, watch very carefully. We manually swap into Isla. Boom, manually swapped. She is still casting her skill. Very important. That is how you shave off seconds in your run. Now watch here. We want to use her core attack. I just use it here. Watch very carefully. And here we have all these buffs coming in. We have Strength, the Magician. We have Wheel of Fortune, and more. That's why we save our core attack. But speaking of core attack, you want to keep on basic attacking here. Watch. I'm basic attacking, making sure core attack comes up yet again. And the second it comes up, I want to use the skill here, the E skill. Once I press that, we get the tower buff, a 5% bonus. Then we manually swap into Silvermane. Watch very carefully, and boom, we swap in. Now we just have to keep on basic attacking. Watch, spam. That's pretty much all we have to do, and that's how you get a good time, honestly. There's really not much else to it, but there is one more phase I do want to talk about. That is when Beste goes into the break state. Watch very carefully, or the break phase. Watch. So right now you want to watch these buffs. The moment that it's 12, that's when you want to get ready to switch into Libra. Watch very carefully. We're watching this, and we're watching for her to go into that special phase. Watch here. The moment the buffs go away, and the moment she's going to go away herself, we can use our Q skill. This one here, watch here, and now we can use it. See, she's going away. Then we swap into Libra, watch. We swap into her and spam your basic skills. Make sure you get the charm effect applied, because as she goes into the break phase, she does remove all the effects on her. So that's why you want to apply it during this phase, otherwise it goes away. Very important there. So it does apply. Then we want to swap into Isla, and again, same thing. Use her core attack and boom, and you want to use her E as well. That way the tower buff applies. And once we do that well, we have to swap back into Silver Main, use his E, not his Q. We use his E and done. Now we just start basic attacking, and we just have to hope for crits. Crits. We need crit damage. We're getting a few, but not too many. That's why our time isn't too crazy here. But as you can see, we are about to clear Beste, and done. We got 103. This is the championship run, so not too bad. 103 is not a bad time. Now let me show you Mirai's run. That way you can compare the two. So far when it comes to Mirai, I'm not too much a fan, but I'll show you. So here is the Mirai run again. Same thing, using Libra. We dash, use her Q twice, then her E. She takes care of all the mobs right here. Watch very carefully. We Q, and then we swap into Mirai ASAP, use her ultimate, and you can see her mobs come up right here when it comes to Libra. Right there, you can see. They are attacking all the mobs on this side, making sure you clear them. And then we use Mirai here again. When it comes to Mirai, you want to make sure you aim properly. I only did this run one time, so ideally, you use her E, and you hit all these mobs, which I didn't. You do have to hit all of them, so that is key for getting a good time. So do, of course, take note of my advice. Don't follow what I did there. This was just honestly a very quick run, and then here you can use your Q if you want, but I just basic attack. I am waiting for these mobs to die, but they died much faster, and I was able to clear these ones. So that means this was a very bad run. You want to make sure you clear faster in these mobs. That way, you can prepare right here. But as you go into here, watch very careful what happens. We use our E, clear all these mobs here. Now that was good. All of them are cleared. So 19 seconds. You can get 16 using this, or a bit faster depending on how fast you're able to clear. But now we have Beste, and honestly, we do have to use Handsome here. We dash, but in the previous phase, I forgot to mention, if we go back, you can see Handsome is on the QT, and I use it. Watch very carefully, save time. I used it there. We can't see it, but it does apply the Sylph's Blessing bonus, which is very nice. Watch very carefully as you spawn in. All the way down here, we can see the bonus. Boom. This is the 5% elemental bonus, which does give us more damage, which we want. Then we want to dash, and use her E first. We do get a shield. We don't get knocked back from this move, which is very annoying. Then we swap into Libra, use your shadows. You get the buffs applied here, very good. Use her Q twice, use her E, and then swap into Mirai manually. And then you ultimate and basically just start wailing on the boss. And then just like the previous battle, once we do get all the buffs being removed off the boss, Beste that is, we do have to swap back to Libra. We do have to swap back to Handsome. We QT using Handsome, get more damage coming in. So that's pretty much the run. Again, for the one team, I'm not too much of a fan of it right now. I haven't optimized mine, but this is pretty much the run and how it'll work more or less. So you can take notes here if you want and optimize it how you see fit. But the Dark team was my focus. We finally got to use Silver Main. I'm pretty shocked. So here's the run. You can see pretty good damage until the break phase. The break phase kind of ruins it, honestly speaking. So at the 1 minute mark, we're around the 40% HP mark, which is fine. It's pretty bad, honestly. We needed more crits coming in to ensure maximum damage, but again, this was just a rough run. I wanted to put it out, that way you can see what we did. And here, we're rotating to Libra, getting effect applied. We want the charm after she goes in the break phase, otherwise it goes away. And then we use Mirai here. We want ultimate, boom, it comes up. That's all your basic attack, always spam your basic attacks. And then here we use our Q or E, then spam autos, and that's it. That's it for the run. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed. You can go back and watch those runs and see what you can adjust based on what you have. The battlefield time is a very pay-to-win mode, so don't worry if you don't have the advancements. Just make sure you level up your skills just a bit, your basic skills. The weapon levels don't matter, the advancements matter, so do take note of that. Don't waste your weapon enhancements, just make sure the advancements are high. But again, that's easier said than done, so do enjoy. This was a guide, and I'll have the full replays here for you without any pauses, that way you can see exactly what we did.